So, as we know, Dragon Ball Super Beerus is fastly approaching to its official release date, which we're not exactly sure when it is, but with the new, info we got, we're really close to finding out, approximate date, I would say, like a really close date. A few days ago, we have got this new Dragon Ball Special booth announcement here for New York Comic Con, which is obviously coming up a little bit far away, so as you can see there, it's October 8th to 11th, so like I said, it's still a little bit far, but as you can see here, we have got a very special booth here. So as you can see, it's pretty much got everything Dragon Ball here. So we've got Dragon Ball Beerus, Xenoverse 3. So I'm assuming Xenoverse 3 will most likely have maybe new gameplay info. Maybe. I'm assuming if you actually go to the special booth, I'm not sure if Hype has covered it here, but you may be able to... I mean, it just says exhibits here, so I'm assuming, if I had to guess, you can actually play Xenoverse 3. There's like a little beta test there. I'm assuming. Now, the other stuff here, I expect not really big announcements, but I do expect some announcements. So, for example, Legends and Dokkan will most likely drop either new character info, most likely. So, maybe Legends might drop a new Ultra. Dokkan, maybe a new LR. Maybe a really hype UR character. Just anything hype I would expect from there. Not sure exactly what characters, stuff like that, but I expect something huge there. But yeah, Dragon Ball Super Beerus, I do expect we'll probably see, if not the episode, because they could obviously just drop the first episode there to watch it, and then probably after. So what they could do, which would actually be pretty hype if you actually go to Comic Con, is on the 8th, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking, could they drop? We'll show the first screening of the episode from 8th to 11th there every day, and then on like the 11th, maybe they drop it on Crunchyroll and stuff like that on TV, but I guess doing that, it's going to be hard, because the big problem with Beerus that I'm aware of, because a lot of people are saying, where's all the promotion for Beerus, stuff like that, which obviously it is very frustrating, because they haven't got really any new episodes other than the Frieza Saga one, a few months ago, so obviously a lot of people are asking where is it and stuff like that, but from what I've been able to find out, is they can't really promote heaps of stuff yet, like with release and stuff like that, if they haven't got the time slot. So if I remember correctly, so as you can see here from Hype again, he has pretty much they've pretty much confirmed here that Dragon Ball Super Beerus won't receive the old Super Sunday stuff. So obviously Dragon Ball Super used to release on Sundays, and then Diamond was on Friday. But obviously, as you can see, they're both occupied right now. Obviously, the hard thing is with Dragon Ball Super Beerus is they want to include, not gory scenes, but obviously blood and that from the fighting and stuff like that. So they have to find an appropriate time slot for where a lot of people are going to watch it. Like it's going to be a prime time sort of thing for Japan, but they don't want to have it too early, because obviously I'm assuming over there they can't show too much blood and stuff like that, because obviously kids and stuff like that. So that does make sense, which does make it harder to find the perfect time slot. Now, from what I've been hearing, it very well could be on a Saturday, because obviously Saturday is very hype night, weekend, stuff like that. So Saturday would make a lot of sense. Now, the time on Saturday, I've not heard of too much there, but it's still obviously being finalized, so it may not be Saturday, maybe during the week sometime, but I think Dragon Ball is going to try and aim as much as they can to have it on the weekend. Just make it, Super Saturday would be, make a lot of sense as well. So, knowing that it's most likely going to be announced, I would say the release date is probably going to be announced during the special booth here at Comic-Con, which would make a lot of sense. Comic-Con is really big over there, well, pretty much anywhere in the world, so it would make a lot of sense. So that would obviously be another reason why the figures are going to be here as well, so like Band Presso and stuff like that. Because if I remember correctly, I'm not sure if I can probably find it in time, but there is, I think, a Beerus, Goku, and a Whis figures coming out soon, obviously to do with Dragon Ball Super Beerus. So knowing that, that's probably why they're all here, which is why I'm heavily thinking we could very well see screening for Beerus maybe on the last day, so on the 11th. So knowing that, we could potentially see the first episode drop on October the 11th. Now, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to speculation. It would make a lot of sense. I'm not sure exactly what day that's going to be. Actually, we'll quickly check that. As you can see here, so it goes from Thursday to Sunday. So, well, I guess they can't do it Sunday, because obviously, like I said, the time slot's already used up there. So, unless they drop it on the Saturday, maybe, or unless they're just not going to do that at all, and they're just going to do not previews, but they could do like a little short section of the episode, like showing a few more minutes of like the fight scenes and stuff like that, or the build up. Because obviously we have seen some like trailers here and there, but we haven't really seen, I guess, too much into like a really heavily extended trailer, which I do think it has to be announced during that time, so it's gonna make the most amount of sense. Because if the episode can't drop on either the Friday or Sunday, Saturday would make a lot of sense. But then at the same time, you wouldn't expect it to happen then, because of it's. I mean, I don't know, because it's very confusing to think of. Because like I said, Comic-Con, they're going to want to show not everything all at once, because then Sunday isn't going to really be as hype as like the other few days, building up like, oh my god, is today going to be the episode release or stuff like that. So unless, like I said, maybe they're not going to do an episode release, it's just going to be maybe like bits and bits of the episode, of the first episode, maybe. And then like the last day is going to be the announcement of the release date, which very well could be that. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with. Now I guess before we wrap up the video, I guess we're going to have a quick look at the other things that we could see announced during the Comic-Con. So we do have Squadra there as well. Now Squadra, I'm not really too heavily into. I mean, I do videos on it here and there, but I'm not sure exactly when the seasons drop. So I'm assuming we could maybe see a new character revealed then during this time. Because like I said, usually everything here, they're going to show something, maybe not something big, but at least something new that, well, I'm expecting. So like the Dragon Ball card game, Diffusion World, will most likely drop. Probably not drop, but they'll probably show a few new cards there, because I think around October, actually I think it might be October 8th, is when the new box drops. So I think it's FB12 then. Is it 12 or it might be 13? Okay, man, we're going to keep up to date with that. I think it's 13 drops around October. And knowing that, I think actually that set will be the Legends collab as well. So that would be pretty cool to see some of the other characters there, which we're going to see his cards from Legends. So that very well could be the case. And obviously you got the figures as well. Like I said, the figures, I'm pretty sure they've already semi-leaked already that I saw on Twitter ages ago. I probably can't find it in time by the time I finish editing the video, but if I can, I'll put them on the screen here anyway. So I do think Comic-Con is definitely very special this year. Now, a few people have speculated as well. As you can see at the top there, it's got Dragon Ball Super with the new Super logo. Now, I want to put it out there now. I heavily think that we're not going to see anything Moro arc related here. They'll probably they'll probably put like a poster up and stuff like that, like they usually like for like displays. But I would not expect a new trailer, nothing like that, no release date, nothing. Dragon Ball Super Beerus, on the other hand, like I said, we'll see heaps of stuff for, most likely. But the Moro arc, don't expect anything there, because if they did, they would probably highlight it here. Unless the Moro arc, they're going to do a release date at the very end of the Comic-Con. But I think we're still way too early to see anything like that. So that's probably going to be today's video, guys. Let me in the comment section below if you guys think that Dragon Ball Super Beerus is going to be announced, or the release date is going to be announced then, or we're going to see first episode drop, stuff like that. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.